Hello everybody, Levi Clay here, back again to do another Guitar Pro video. It's actually my second time doing this because I got halfway through the last video, then made a change to one of the tracks and the software crashed and I didn't open the backup when I opened the software. So we'll be saving as we go along and I will pay more attention. So Guitar Pro 7, we're taking a look at Suffering Overdue, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to add in rhythm guitars, and then we're going to toy around with the sounds to make things sound a little bit better. Now this is obviously not that important when you're working on transcriptions, but when you're composing, when you're working on arrangements of things and you don't have the ability to record, or even if you just prefer writing things out in Guitar Pro, this is a good way of going about doing that. And of course it's never going to beat the sound of a real guitar, but you know, it's fun. So I'm going to put in a swing time feel just before I add these rhythm guitar parts in, because that will help with writing out. Because really, you know, kind of want to write this one out in 12/8, but I wrote the solo in 4/4. So sue me. Going up to track and add Control Shift Insert would be our quick way of doing that. Nice and easy though. Add track. We're going to go for stringed instrument, electric guitar, overdriven, create. Nice and easy. Now down here, we are able to go between our two tracks by hitting this I. This allows us to see our tracks. We can also click the multi-track view. That will show us both tracks, or when we add more tracks, it will show us more tracks. And I'll show you some tricks that you can do with that when we get there. All I'm going to do now is just work on this lone track. I need to change the tuning of this particular guitar, so I go up to Show or Hide Inspector, over to Track. This brings me up my guitar. I click Settings under Tuning, and then the three dots which allow me to create custom tuning, and it's drop B and then all down a semitone. So drop B flat, you might want to call it. There's a dog at my lap. We don't want it to display sharps though, A sharp, G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, A sharp, D sharp. So I click the flat button, it gives us B flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. Perfect. Keep that fingering, and let's write this bad boy out. So, nice and easy, this sort of stuff. I covered writing out parts in a previous video. You can go back and watch that, but you'll see how I'm doing things here. I can be effective. I can use Control C and Control V. Actually, you don't even need to do that. You don't even need to Control C. If you highlight a section and press C, it'll copy it straight next to where you were. So that's a quick way of doing that. Now I've played this piece before over the years, so I know how this one goes. Therefore, it's quick and easy for me to write out. This isn't really a transcription job per se. It's just me writing something out that I've written out before. Another thing that we can actually do here, you can see on the clef that on the stave that these notes are all way too low. So I might hit Control K, which, if you remember, brings up our clef. K brings up our clef. Control K is your key. And I'm going to, under octave, go under 8VB, and that will give us treble clef and octave down. That moves all of the notes up into a more readable spectrum. Not that this is really going to be presented for people that are doing a lot of reading, but it doesn't hurt to not have things using that many ledger lines. It just adds unnecessary ink to the page that we don't really want. So there's the first part of our riff. Now I'm just going to copy and paste that because it repeats. So easy as that. Now I'm going to write out the second part of the riff, and the second part of the riff is a half-time feel. Nice and easy. I mean, obviously you won't really feel that until I add the drums in. I'll do that in the next video. Now, I really like drop B tuning actually, because when you play these power chords on the low two strings, they give you an octave. So you get that really thick and meaty sound without doing very much. Now, as you can see, that is me. Quick and as easy as that. I'm then going to copy that there. I'm just adjusting the design as I go along. This video isn't really about design layout, so don't worry about that right now. I will come back and do that in another video. I'll teach you that. I'm just going to put an open B on the end. Cool, and that's me, job done. What I'm going to do now though is I want to improve on the sound, because actually if we listen to this, let's get rid of the count in. You know, it's not bad. Let me save it. It's not bad, but we can definitely improve on it. So one way that I like to improve these little demo type things that I do is if we go down under track, we can right click our track and we can duplicate that overdriven guitar, and that will give us 2 of that same track. In fact, if I multi-viewed this now, you'd be able to see that we've got 1, 2, 3 tracks. When you're in multi-view mode, by the way, this is when you can use these eyes to say, I don't want to see that track, I just want to see the lead guitar and the rhythm guitar or whatever. That can be handy when you've got a score with 12 or 15 tracks in it and you only want to see the lead guitar and the acoustic guitar or whatever. Right, so let's jump out of multi-view mode. So like I say, these 2 tracks are exactly the same. What we're going to do in order to pad out the sound and make things sound a little bit better is come down here and we're going to pan 1 track left and 1 track right. Now initially, because this is ultimately MIDI sounds, it doesn't sound any different. But in order to make things really sound a little bit different, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the tone on each one of these tracks. So in order to do that, I'm bringing up that button again up here, which is Show or Hide Inspector, the right hand side, where we get our song information and track. In fact, under song, if we wanted to, we could put Black Label Society. We could even click more and go album. You can put all this information in there if you really want to. Not really necessary at this stage, but why not, eh? Oh, there's a dog at my feet. There's always a dog at my feet. So yeah, what we're doing now is we've got the options for switching to MIDI, real sound engine. What I want to do is, so I'm using my first rhythm guitar, the one that's panned left. If I click under this instrument stuff down here, I can, I'll tell you what, let me just set up a loop. We just want to hear that 1 track. So does that isolate that? Yeah, you would think that, wouldn't you? Let's just isolate that 1 track. Now I can listen to that 1 track and I can do things like change our sounds. So I want to make this Les Paul. Already sounds better to my ears. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I will change the amp, because if you look at this amp, this is like an old Marshall. I'm going to put on a rec. Put it on the distortion channel. And there are of course some presets that we can go through, crunch, but we'll just go default. I'm not going to have too much going on there. Let's bring that back up. What I'm really going to adjust is my tube screamer. That's fine, I don't want to mess around with it too much, it's not actually that important at this stage. If I really wanted to, I could go into my graphic equalizer and EQ it the way I want things to be, but I don't want to do that at this stage, I want that to be flat. So, there's my left guitar. Now what I'm going to do is add my right in. And already, that's an improvement. But now I'm on that track, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that one and do the same thing. So I'm going to change from a Strat to a Les Paul. I'm going to keep it on the vintage amp this time, just because I want a different sound. Let's bring that down for you guys. So I want a different sound now. So I'll keep, like I said, I'll keep the vintage amp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dial the vintage amp down a bit. Let's isolate that track. Bring bring it up in volume. So this is easy enough to do. Vintage amp, let's go down the edge of breakup. And then rather than having a tube screamer like I did on the last amp, let's go into distortion and use the rack. Now we've got two different sounds. That's already a marked improvement. What I'm going to do now is do the lead guitar. So if we just listen to this, now the lead guitar is going to sound a bit weedy. So I'm going to do the same thing over here on lead guitar. Let's well, we'll save it. Let's do isolated guitar, and I'm going to come over here and I will change that for electric guitars. Let's give it the old Randy. Let's see how that sounds. Doesn't sound any different to my ears. Shock horror. Les Pauls. Still no different. I mean, I'm getting a bit more gain out of it, so that's fine. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to add an effect in. So I should be able to move that if I go move effect down. So I want to have an effect in here. We've got our tube screamer. We've got our vintage amplifier, and under here I want to click that, and I'm going to add in, well, Zach has a wah, as you well know. I might toy around with that wah as well. Let me do that. Let's move that. What am I doing? Let's move everything down. I mean, I can't imagine that's going to be any good. Right, so what was I after? I was after... It shouldn't come under modulation. It should be there you go, digital delay, and I'm going to put digital delay on it. I'm just listening. So mix is too loud. Now if we just listen to like a faster run. No delay. It just helps to bring things to life a bit. So again, I'm going to highlight just that top part. I'm going to change my amp now. So let's go guitar amp, modern. Oh. See what it sounds like when we put a wah in it. This is me experimenting now. Wah, let's go Jimmy. I don't even know how this works. Am I in control of it? That's hilarious. I've had a thought. I doubt this will work, but I have to try this. I have to try this. So wah open, wah closed. If this works, then Guitar Pro 7, you've won me over, and you're the greatest piece of software that ever happened. So that would do dynamics, not volume, will it? But if there was a way to make that automatically do that wah there, that would be the coolest thing I've ever heard. I mean, that doesn't sound bad. Is it doing it? I don't believe it would be doing it. It can't be. You know what? I think it might be. That does. Guitar Pro, colour me impressed. You did good there. No. That's really cool. Oh, the wire's gone down there. I mean, have I programmed it? Obviously, you know, you might be able to do some cool stuff with that, but not for me. No, thank you. I really want to play around with that. That looked like a lot of fun. Now our lead's actually starting to sound a fair bit better. So let's take a listen to everything together. And I'll tell you what, let's put it in multi-track view. We will just look at the two parts, and I'm just going to set out the layout so things look better. So I've got design mode on, and I'm just dragging things to look the way I would like them to look. Two lines per stave, and there is an automatic way that you can do this. 4 is fine there. 4 is fine there. And then we want 2s here. 2s. And we can have 3 on the end there. Great. Cool. So, now let's take a listen. How's that sounding? All parts, please. So it's difficult for me to not go when Zach's doing the mad picking things. I'm just going to do one more thing to this just to show you how we can fill this out even further. So I'm just going to, again, save it because I'm not an idiot. I'm going to go track, I'm going to go add, and now what I want to add is a bass. I'm not even, at this stage, I'm not worrying even about what the bass on the original track is. I'm just going to electric bass. I'm going to do a 5-string standard tune, so I've got a low B string. And I'm just going to write it out as though it were a guitar part. I know that's sacrilege and you should never do it, but you know, sue me. Let me lay this out, not like that. Let me lay it. Yeah, that works. Ooh, B flat. Yeah, see, I spotted that. That would have been bad. I should just be able to tune down a semitone. Bass, 6-string, tune down 1/2 step, and then flat. There we go. I keep ringing. So, what? Did I pick 6-string? I picked 6-string, didn't I? Let's fix it. Bass, 5-string, tune down 1/2 step. That's nice. You can switch between basses, string amounts easier in this. You couldn't do that in the last software. Now again, this is just going to pad out the track, right? It's going to give us a better sound. As I say, this may not even be what the bass plays. I've never put much thought into it. But it's certainly cool to have this as an option. If you're a transcriber like myself, maybe you put the time into it. In fact, why am I doing that when I can go I'm going to copy and paste. And now I'm just going to go... oh, no, that's tricky, isn't it? That's an A string. Again, let's take a listen to that. I'm just copy and pasting. Low B on there. Let's just hear just the bass. I'm just going to add some fuzz to that. Move that down. Move that down. Let's go under here. Distortion. Does it have some sort of bass distortion? No. Let's go for the 5. So just adding some fuzz to the bass. So if we just take a listen to the riff before. Just the riff. So this is just the guitars on that riff. And adding the bass. It could be a bit low in register, but that's absolutely fine. So there we have it, Suffering Overdue, and I've added basses in. Now I don't like the way the score's looking. I'll come back and deal with that another time. Hopefully you have enjoyed that. If you have enjoyed that, you can join these wonderful people on screen right now that support my channel over on patreon.com. These guys support me at a $10 tier or more. Some of these guys are very generous and get lots of cool stuff in return, including everybody gets access to our private Facebook group where you have lots of transcription stuff going on, like challenges and video content and stuff like that. Great place to come if you want to learn and develop your transcription skills. You can support me over at Patreon for as little as $1. And the best way to do that is to click on that link in the top left right now. You can also click the button in the bottom left to subscribe to my channel, or you can check out 2 videos over here. There's a playlist linking to more of these transcription Guitar Pro 7 tutorial videos and a video that is recommended for you. Peace out, guys. Thanks for the support, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.